We should have done name tags.
Yes.
We're just trying to work out which kid's which. All right. Becoming a parent is life-changing, but imagine welcoming 4 babies at once. Now, for the Glachan family, that became their exciting and surprising reality 2.5 years ago.
After a long fertility battle, Taylor and her husband Sean began their IVF journey, documenting the highs and lows to their growing online audience. Just 1 embryo transferred later, and the Glachans became part of the 1 in 700,000 couples to fall pregnant with quadruplets. We are joined by Taylor and Sean Glachan, along with the Quad Squad, which is just a fabulous... Hello.
Hi, guys.
Hi. Can the kids introduce themselves? What do we think?
What's your name? What's your name? Archie.
Archie, and then...
What's your name?
What's your name? Is it Billy?
Billy.
And then...
What's your name? Charlie.
Charlie.
What's your name?
And...
The boss, Daisy.
Daisy.
OK, that's all we have time for. Thanks for coming in. Hey, Taylor, how'd you pick the names?
Well, we came home after finding out that there was 4 instead of 1, and we thought, how are we even going to name these children? We're both teachers, so it cancels out a lot of names.
Yes.
We said, we'll just have to call them A, B, C, D, and then that kind of helped us narrow down the names, and then we found all these beautiful names that extended from our family, and we ended up with A, B, C, D, Archie, Billy, Charlie and Daisy.
Nice.
I love that so much. Sean, how difficult was it to tell the newborns apart when there was 4 of them?
In the early stages, we didn't have a clue. We'd actually test each other and send each other photos and see if we could name who it was. But looking back on it now, we can sort of make it out a lot clearer. It was just obviously in that early stage. We were super unsure.
Yeah.
OK, hey, Taylor, tell us what the journey was like. You ended up with IVF, right?
Yes, yeah, so it was a journey we didn't expect to go on, and it was quite a bumpy one. I had polycystic ovary syndrome, and then along our journey I found out I also had endometriosis. So after trying for a bit, it ended up leading us to IVF, as it does for a lot of people that we've now spoken with. But yeah, after a round of IVF and a single embryo transferred back, we got more than we bargained for. And we couldn't imagine our journey being any other way, really.
Yeah, right.
Amazing. So tell us, you've subsequently to having the kids, you've gone back and done some testing, because people assume IVF for kids, you had 4 transferred, but you only had 1. So now you don't know how it all happened. Well, you kind of do. Yeah. But so tell us what the doctors think may have happened.
So there's kind of 2 scenarios that we've come up with, since none of them are identical. So either I was pregnant with all 4 of them just 5 days before the transfer, or I was pregnant with 3 of them and 1 of them is the transfer.
So triplets, quadruplets, 1 and 3, you just don't... Wow.
Yeah. It just gets crazier and crazier.
Sean, the first word that came out of your mouth when you found out you had 4?
Silence, to be honest. There wasn't many words for a bit, I felt like a cartoon character. My jaw hit the floor.
Yeah, right.
It was a lot of silence. There's a little bit of crying, a little bit of... I think every emotion you could think of was a massive roller coaster through those early stages when we found out. But, I wouldn't change it for the world now.
So tell us how your days work. Like, you mentioned that you were teachers. I assume you're not teaching at the moment.
No.
Yeah. So what's this of a typical day look like, and how do you cope?
A lot of coffee, a few moments of pulling our hair out, but there's lots of giggles and laughs going on at the minute. There's a lot of this. Cars at the minute is their go-to, so we pack those as much as we can. But Sean's back at work, so I am at home with the kids full-time. And we just try and get outside as much as possible. We have a really teeny tiny home that didn't expand as quickly as our family did, so we can get to the parks if we can. That's great, and try and get to as many planned activities.
Yeah.
Hey.
There's all the beautiful stuff. They're beautiful kids. But what would you...
Sorry, Archie, you said the word park then. I was going...
We got the park.
I should have spelled that word out.
It's like, with the puppy dogs.
What would you say is the most challenging bit?
There's a lot of challenging parts to it, and I think it's kind of just adapting to the sudden shock of the change. Becoming a parent is such a drastic change to your life, but then becoming a parent to 4 instantly was a lot for us to get our minds around. I feel like we're only kind of starting to find our feet now. But I think it's a massive life-changing moment, as everyone could imagine, and it's just, learning to adapt to that.
But having those health issues where you thought maybe, look, I had to go and do IVF, maybe I couldn't have children, to having 4, that must be just like Incredible.
Yes, well, we only ever imagined of having a family of 3, but we got a lucky one. We had the car ready for a family of 3, but to have 4 healthy babies, yeah, we truly are blessed.
Did you have to upgrade the car?
Oh, yeah.
I think anyone with more than 3 kids has a key carnival, so we joined that crew.
So obviously really super busy with all the household chores and whatever, but do the kids actually keep themselves company? Like you've got your own little inbuilt daycare centre, right?
Yes. Yeah, they definitely do, and it's started to really shine at the minute. Their relationship and their bond is coming together. We're still working on sharing, but we'll figure that out soon enough. But our hallway is a full-time racetrack. Our lounge is a trampoline, and they all, we've been lucky that they just have each other in every scenario, going to daycare when they were in hospital when they were younger, when they go to start school, and I don't know, as a mum, I hope that they all move out into a share house together and find another quadruplet family and they can all go and live
Wouldn't
together.
that be nice?
You know?
Well, Kylie will tell you that all of them combined are still better behaved in here than me, so well done.
It is true.
Great stuff. Good to see you.
And you know what? When Daisy gets bigger, she's got 3 brothers, so any potential suitors for Daisy has got to get past these 3, right?
I think it might be the boys that need to look out. She's quite a boss in her own right.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, so she'll be screening the potential girlfriend.
Definitely, definitely.
Just quietly, also looks like Dad had put up a pretty good fight too. Lovely to see you guys.
Thank you so much for having us.
Such a beautiful story, and they're just beautiful.
Yeah.
Really well behaved.
Yeah. Park?
Yeah.